This is the story of a young man who, at first glance, seems to be just a humble thief, but is much more than that, a diamond in the rough. One night in the desert of Agrabah, Jafar, the cunning advisor to the Sultan with dark ambitions, and his loyal parrot ego, meet Gazim, a thief they promise riches to in exchange for an ancient magic lamp. Using a golden scarab, they discover the entrance to the Cave of Wonders, a giant tiger's mouth in the sand that only allows entry to the diamond in the rough. Gazim, attempting to enter, is devoured by the cave, proving he was not the chosen one. Jafar then realizes that he needs to find the true diamond in the rough. Meanwhile, in the bustling market of Agrabah, we meet Aladdin, a young man with a good heart but no money, always accompanied by his faithful monkey Abu. His daily life consists of dodging the guards to survive. After an intense chase, Aladdin and Abu are about to enjoy the stolen bread when they see some hungry children. Without a second thought, Aladdin offers them his food, and Abu follows suit. This selfless gesture shows Aladdin's innate kindness despite his adverse circumstances. Suddenly, a parade announces the arrival of Prince Ahmed, an arrogant aristocrat. One of the children gets too close to his horse, and Ahmed, furious, tries to whip the child. Aladdin bravely intervenes, defending the children and criticizing Ahmed's lack of manners. Ahmed, annoyed, pushes Aladdin into the mud and calls him a street rat, stating that he will always be insignificant. After this unpleasant encounter, Aladdin and Abu return to their hideout. Looking towards the palace, Aladdin promises Abu that one day their situation will change, assuring him that they will be rich and live without worries. Meanwhile, the Sultan struggles to find a suitable prince to marry his daughter, Princess Jasmine, especially after Raja, her tiger, scares off the suitor Ahmed, the same one who insulted Aladdin. The Sultan tries to persuade Jasmine to accept a suitor, citing the law that requires her to marry before her next birthday. But Jasmine, frustrated by these rules, expresses her desire to marry for love and her discontent with being confined to the palace without ever seeing the outside world. Concerned for his daughter's future, the Sultan consults Jafar, who, with a touch of magic, hypnotizes the Sultan using his snake-shaped staff and convinces him to give up his blue diamond ring. Jafar plans to use this ring to find the diamond in the rough and thus seize power in Agrabah. Meanwhile, Jasmine, tired of the palace's restrictions, disguises herself as a peasant and escapes. In the bazaar, she tries to help a hungry child by giving him an apple, but without money to pay for it, the merchant gets angry and threatens to punish her. At this critical moment, Aladdin intervenes, saving her, and they escape together. Jafar, using the ring, discovers that Aladdin is the diamond in the rough he has been looking for. At Aladdin's hideout, Jasmine is impressed by his generosity. Looking towards the palace, Aladdin dreams of life there, but Jasmine reveals that such a life also has its chains. They share a moment of connection, sharing their feelings of being trapped in their respective worlds. Jasmine reveals that she ran away to avoid a forced marriage, seeking freedom and adventures of her own. Just as they are about to kiss, the guards interrupt and capture Aladdin. Jasmine reveals herself to them, trying to use her position to free Aladdin, but the guards say they follow Jafar's orders. Jasmine confronts Jafar, who lies, telling her that Aladdin has already been executed for kidnapping her. Heartbroken, Jasmine cries in the palace gardens. But Aladdin has not been executed, he is imprisoned. Abu, cleverly, frees him. In the dungeon, they find an old man, who is none other than Jafar in disguise. The old man hears Aladdin lamenting the laws that prevent Jasmine from marrying someone who is not a prince. Disguised, Jafar reveals the existence of the Cave of Wonders, a place full of treasures, promising Aladdin enough wealth to win the Sultan's favor. Disguised, Jafar persuades Aladdin to help him, showing him a secret way out of the dungeon and promising riches if he brings him a lamp from the cave. Upon arrival, the tiger's head allows Aladdin and Abu to enter, but orders them to touch only the lamp. Inside, they find a world full of treasures. With the help of a magic carpet, they head towards the lamp. Aladdin manages to take the lamp, but Abu, unable to resist temptation, takes a ruby, unleashing the tiger guardian's fury and causing the cave to collapse. Thanks to the magic carpet, they escape to the entrance, where the disguised Jafar begs for the lamp. As he hands it over, Jafar reveals his true intentions and tries to eliminate Aladdin, but Abu intervenes just in time. In the chaos, Aladdin and Abu fall back into the cave, which closes with them inside. Abu manages to retrieve the lamp. Meanwhile, at the palace, Jasmine weeps inconsolably over Jafar's actions and tells her father what happened. The Sultan confronts Jafar for executing an innocent man. Jafar apologizes, but Jasmine warns him that when she is queen, she will have the power to get rid of him. Jafar, feeling cornered, plans to marry Jasmine to become Sultan and then dispose of her and her father. Below the surface, Aladdin examines the lamp and, rubbing it, releases a charismatic blue genie who promises to grant him 3 wishes, with some clear rules: no killing, making someone fall in love, resurrecting the dead, or wishing for more wishes. Aladdin cleverly gets the genie to get them out of the cave without spending a wish. In an oasis, Aladdin and the genie get to know each other better. The genie confesses that if he could, he would wish for freedom more than anything. Aladdin then promises that his last wish will be to free the genie. In love with Jasmine and knowing that only a prince can marry a princess, Aladdin's first wish is to transform into a rich and spectacular prince. Abu turns into a purple elephant, and the genie prepares a triumphant entrance for Aladdin into a Agrabah. Each protagonist struggles to free themselves from the restrictions imposed by their respective contexts. Aladdin, in particular, is a young orphan with no money, marginalized and despised by those around him. This rejection becomes the way he sees himself, although he does not entirely believe it because it is what he is constantly told. Society does not offer him opportunities to improve his situation. To change how he feels about himself, Aladdin would need the chance to prove his worth, but he does not find these opportunities. The law that prevents him from being with Jasmine because he is not a prince basically tells him that no matter what he does, he can never access the world of privilege and wealth that she represents. How can he change his image if society does not offer him opportunities? These social norms push him to act dishonestly, like stealing food or pretending to be someone he is not to impress Jasmine. Convinced that only by being rich will he get the opportunities and recognition he desires, his first wish to the genie is to transform into a prince, but he will soon realize the limitations of that world too. Meanwhile, Jafar seeks to manipulate the Sultan to marry Jasmine using his staff to hypnotize him. His plan unravels with the arrival of Aladdin, now Prince Ali Ababwa, with an impressive entourage that captures the attention of the entire palace. Aladdin's appearance as a prince leaves everyone astonished, including the Sultan, although Jafar looks suspiciously at the new prince. The discussion about who is best for Jasmine is interrupted by Jasmine herself, who rejects Aladdin, believing him to be another arrogant suitor. Determined to win her heart, Aladdin shows more honesty and genuineness in a second interaction, which piques Jasmine's curiosity. The relationship between Aladdin and Jasmine evolves, and they begin to spend more time together, especially on the genie's magic carpet. But Aladdin continues to struggle with his identity, unsure of revealing the truth to Jasmine for fear of losing her. Jasmine, for her part, feels a connection with Aladdin, but also the distrust and restrictions of her position. The moments of honesty between Aladdin and Jasmine are crucial. She values authenticity and begins to see beyond appearances and titles. Aladdin learns that his true worth does not depend on wealth or status, but on his actions and heart. Finally, after several adventures and confrontations with Jafar, Aladdin decides to keep his promise and use his last wish to free the genie, demonstrating his true noble character. Jasmine and Aladdin confront the laws of Agrabah and, with the Sultan's support, manage to change the rules so they can be together. The story concludes with the celebration of their love and the genie's freedom, symbolizing freedom and the fulfillment of the deepest wishes of each character. The central lesson is that a person's true value lies in their character and actions, not in their social status or wealth.